Yo, 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 people and patrons of the night, it is your boy, the Horrorlander, with a very special and unique video, but I am excited beyond belief to do it. So today I got something very special in the mail, where basically, I've been completing a lot of Tim Curran's work, as many of you guys may know. If you're not familiar, Tim Curran is one of my new favorite horror authors. I've been reading all of his different books, short stories, novellas and such. Right now I'm actually reading his book called Dollface, which is pretty damn good so far, so enjoying that. And I've been reviewing his stuff on this channel because I want to complete all of his stuff. He's known for doing a lot of fantastic creature feature stuff. Very creative, very imaginative, very descriptive with very good prose in terms of the scares and gore and violence and things like that. And I'd found out that he has normal short story collections, but some of his short story collections actually come with hardcover editions or special editions which have extra exclusive stories in them. And particularly has to deal with two books, both of which I now possess. These two books each have 3 unique exclusive extra short stories in them that I have to pick up and read because you cannot find them anywhere else. They're only featured in these editions. And the first book that I'd gotten a couple weeks ago actually was the hardcover edition of one of my favorite horror short story collections I've ever read, which is by him, which was Alien Horrors. I picked up the hardcover edition for this book. I don't know how good the lighting's going to be, but I picked up the hardcover edition of this book, and it had 3 extra short stories in there. Now, this is a regular hardcover edition. It was a little expensive, but not that crazy. And the 3 extra stories are shown right here. You got Embryo, Hell Crabs, and the Devil of the Sands. So 2 of these are actually featured in other places, but they're pretty rare, and Hell Crabs, I think, was unique to this collection. However, this was still relatively cheap, and it wasn't that rare. I just needed to pick it up so I could read them. But what I just got in the mail today is the rarest book in my collection, easily the rarest horror book in my collection, because I had ended up getting the, let me read out the title, the Deluxe hardcover edition with the slipcase. Here's a slipcase. Just took the book out of here. Probably going to put it back in here to keep it in good condition. But the unique thing about this book is that, well, first of all, I guess I should show off the book itself. And it's fantastic artwork. It is called Horrors of War. Yeah, YouTube, please do not demonetize me for what is shown on this cover. What's actually shown on the cover, that disgusting, horrific creature, is actually from the only short story that I've read from this collection because it was in a different collection that I read. The story is called The Chattering of Tiny Teeth. It's a perfect horror story. I absolutely loved it. It is horrific, it is terrifying, and it is historical fiction, which is why it's in this book. But yeah, you see the beautiful artwork there. And on the back, it also extends. It wraps around here on the spine and goes all the way to the back. So yeah, a giant little mural you get for this book. Now this book, Horrors of War Deluxe hardcover edition, this one is so rare because, and I'll show the art a little bit later, but this book, if you can read here, right there in that small text where I'm pointing my middle finger to, this book is limited to 26 copies in existence. So I am one of 26 people in the entire world, and I will be, unless they re-release it, which I doubt. I'm one of 26 people to own this book, and you can see at the bottom right there is Tim Curran's signature. So this book is signed by Tim Curran, and it's also signed by the artist Brad Moore. So that's why this book is extremely expensive to get. I got a fantastic deal with one of my family members hooking me up for my graduation. But it actually says the price on the back. If you want to get this normally, this deluxe signed and lettered hardcover edition runs up to $150. You won't find this thing cheaper than like $80 out there in the wild if you go on eBay or anywhere else. So yeah, this is a very rare book to get. I am so happy that I got it. And it also, again, like I said, comes with 3 extra short stories, which were not normally featured in here. Normally, this book came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 short stories, and they have 3 more. So the 3 more that are added, they're spread out over there. But the 3 new stories are Ear to Ear, which was actually a short story that was published in a extremely rare and obscure horror magazine that he was a part of like many years ago. So you can't find that, but it's here, Ear to Ear. And the 2 other short stories are unique to this book. They're called Scarface and The Cannibal King. So yeah, that is this book. And I'll show off some of the more fantastic artwork. Let me pull back this little cover around it for just a second. I don't want to damage this book at all, but you can see the cover art is by Brad Moore. Brad Moore does artwork for death metal bands. I believe some of them are like Neurotica, and I forgot the other names, but he does death metal bands, so this is his artwork. It is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if this is from one of the collections, one of the short stories, but fantastic artwork. You can see it right there. He's also got illustrations for, I believe, 9 of the stories. So 2 of them, Ear to Ear and Scarface, don't have them, but he has artwork for pretty much all the other short stories. Let me just find... Here's also the cover of the book again, this time in a smaller format. But let's see if I can find the first story. First story is called The Rat King. Here it is. So this is like some of the examples of the illustrations. Again, the book, again, horrific. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly, but yeah, man, fantastic artwork by Brad Moore. He's got a lot of those type of illustrations throughout the book, again, for 9 of the short stories. And this, short story collection is also very exciting to me because not only was this unbelievably rare, and this is a holy grail of my collection now, but it also is like very interesting hearing about the book because it sounds like it's going to be really good. Let me actually pull up the summary on the back. So let me read out what it says in the back here. So this is a short story collection where basically every short story is about a different war period in the world. So like World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, the Mongolian invasion, Stalingrad, the Indian Wars. This is historical horror fiction. So it says, war is hell. There are no winners and no losers, only survival and lost souls amongst the crow-picked bones and corpse fields. These are the horrors of war, and each has a gruesome story to tell. In the claustrophobic nightmare tunnels of Vietnam, a tunnel rat becomes something less than human. During the Mongolian invasions, a sadistic warrior meets his match in the mother of famine and pestilence. In the human slaughterhouse of Stalingrad, a bloodthirsty creature out of folklore feeds on the dead and dying, and during the height of the Indian Wars, a demonic medicine man returns from the grave with an army of the undead to feed upon the white invaders. From the mindless brutality of the Napoleonic Wars to the hell zones of modern Iraq, the maggoty flesh of the horrors of war is peeled back to reveal the yellow bones of death within, ever patient and ever hungry. So, yeah. Short story collection sounds fantastic. I'm very excited. Again, I had read the book, the short story called The Chattering of Tiny Teeth, which again, like I said, was a 10 out of 10. It was perfect. It was amazing. So I'm excited for the rest of this. And now I'll be the first person on YouTube and the internet to even talk about these 3 exclusive stories that are featured in the book. I think I'm the first person to review this Horrors of War book, period. But I'm definitely the first person to review those 3 exclusive stories. And I'll do a review for Alien Horrors as well. But yeah, that's all I got for today. I'm extremely excited that I got this. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below. It's very rare that I cover collection stuff, but this had a sentimental value to my heart and it was pretty cool. So I decided to talk about it. But otherwise, I'm going to get straight to reviewing very soon. So yeah, that's all I got for today. God bless, and God is good. Deuces.